Hamilton Buttes is number 4 on my West six-pack. 6 rides across some of the tougher and more remote trails around western Washington, which I've never ridden before. I didn't really know what I was getting myself into today, but it's up there somewhere. The drive in was already worth it. A quiet road, the river alongside it, and almost nobody around. Exactly the kind of place I've been looking for. The further I climbed, the more remote it felt.
Down a road where the river bends, leaving behind where the pavement ends. Clouds grow tall and the silence rings deep. There's a road out here the city can't keep. I came with a bike and a little bit of time, following roads through the evergreen lines. No map could tell me what I'd find, just a mountain somewhere in the back of my mind. Take me where the wild still lives, where the mountain gives with the valley hides, through the trees and the open sky. I keep moving till I find my way, where the wild still lives, where the road disappears, and the only thing I hear is the wind calling me away. Give a pincho underneath my wheels. Every mile has a story to tell. The dark divide somewhere beyond the trees, a distant line in the mountain breeze. There's something about these forgotten roads. The farther you go, the lighter the load. No place to be and nowhere to run, just chasing the edge of the setting sun. Take me where the wild still is, where the mountain gives what the valley hides, through the trees and the open sky. I'll keep moving till I find my way, where the wild still is.
What's up, man?
Where the road disappears, and the only thing I hear is the wind calling me away. Calling me away. The climb got steep and the trail got loose. Every turn had another excuse to stop and breathe, to look around, to wonder what I'd find if I kept going on. And the trail fell away beneath my tires, dust in the air and the forest rising high. For a little while I forgot everything, just the sound of the wheels and the freedom it brings. Maybe we're all just looking for a little more than yesterday, a road that leads beyond the known, a reason to get away. And if I lose the trail tonight, I'll follow where the mountains rise. There's always something waiting there, beyond the next bend in the sky. take me where the wild still lives, where the mountain gives what the valley hides. Through the trees and the open sky, I'll keep moving till I find my way. Where the wild still lives, where the road disappears, and the only thing I hear is the wind calling me away. Give her a pinch of dark divide, open road and mountain sky. I'll keep going while the wild still calls me outside.
And then, Rainier. Sometimes the best part of the ride isn't the trail at all. After all that, I finally got a ride, and the trail was nothing like I expected. The dirt was deep, loose, and unpredictable.
Loading up the truck before the sun can rise, rubbing sleep away from heavy tired eyes. Heading for the hills where the big trees grow, leaving all the noise of the town below. Tires touch the dirt, precious feeling right. Suspensions unlocked, chasing down the light. We hit the bottom trail where the shadows play, nothing but two wheels to define the day. Steep climb ahead, but the energy is high, trading bad thoughts for a clear blue sky. Pedal stroke steady, rhythm in the chest, pushing past the limits, putting lungs to the test. The scent of sweet pine hanging in the air, sunlight breaking through, catching on our hair. No clock to watch, no cars to take, just a ribbon of dirt and a path to make. Deep and give a pinch on where the ridge lines roll high, alpine air filling up the soul. Looking out wide where the giant stands tall. Rainier watching over it all, got the good vibes flowing, everything is right. Carving down the spine in the golden light, with the river running deep in the valley below. Let the brakes let go, let the mountain flow. Start to thin as the high ridge clears, the elevation climbs and the world disappears. We hit the old motor tracks carved out deep, berms made of dust where the angles are steep. Tires claw for traction in the loose dry soil, sweat on the brow from the uphill toil, but the reward is waiting at the very top crest. A 360 view where the wild things rest. White peak shining like a crown in the sky, glaciers so bright that they blind the eye. The volcano speaks without making a sound, spirits of the northwest guarding this ground. We pause at the summit just to take it all in, dust on our faces and a permanent grin. High altitude magic, it's a physical high, standing on a peak where the eagles fly. Give a pinch where the ridge lines roll high, alpine air filling up the soul. Looking out wide where the giant stands tall. Rainier watching over it all, got the good vibes flowing, everything is right. Carving down the spine in the golden light, with the river running deep in the valley below. Let the brakes let go, the mountain flow. Drop the saddle down, click it into gear. Point the front wheel and forget about the fear. Gravity takes over as we drop off the edge, ripping down the rock on a knife blade ledge. Suspension working hard, taking every single hit, floating through the dust, gotta keep our wit. Two wheels dancing on the edge of control. This is the medicine that cures the soul. Chasing friends ahead, following the lines where the rubber has bled. Through the motor ruts, catching little bits of air, flying down the mountain without any care. The temperature drops as we sink to the trees, cool air blowing in a welcoming breeze. The roar of the valley starts to grow in the ear. The end of the line is drawing near. We slide into the clearing where the water runs fast. Glacial fed currents from the winter long past. Bites on the grass, pockets hit the cool stream, rushing off the dust from a high altitude dream. Cold water rushing over tired, sore feet. The circle is whole, the adventure complete. Looking back up where the ridge meets the sky, knowing tomorrow we'll do it or die. Deep in Githapin show where the ridge lines roll high, alpine air filling up the soul. Looking out wide where the giant stands tall. Rainier washing over it all, got the good vibes flowing, everything is right. Carving down the spine in the golden light. With the river running deep in the valley below, let the brakes let go, let the mountain flow. Boots at dawn on a wet wooden rail. You still half asleep in the gray trail. Rainier wore white crown over cedar and stone. I took the long way just to feel soon. And the map in my pocket went soft in the rain. Every bend had a secret, every ridge had a name. I kept hearing your laugh through the firs and the spray, like the mountain was calling from a mile away. Oh, Rainier, trail dust on my cuffs, on my tongue. Oh, Rainier, trail dust where the old paths run. I was wandering trails with your shadow in tow. Oh, Rainier, trail dust, and I still wonder. Crossing those river stones with the cold in my hand, saw the fox at the edge. Then it vanished again. Marks on the timber steps, and the camp gone cold. I found my own footprints in the story they told. And the clouds rolled low like a blanket of wool. Every step I was lighter, every breath made me full. I kept saying your name to the pines in the creek, like the mountain might answer if I asked it to speak. Oh, Rainier, trail dust on my cuffs, on my tongue. Oh, Rainier, trail dust where the old paths run. I was wandering the trails with your shadow in tow. Oh, Rainier, trail found you up there. Would you know my face? Would you wait by the meltwater in that high place? I left a little of me on the roots in the storm. Now the trail keeps on turning, but I'm not the same. Oh, Rainier, trail dust on my cuffs, on my tongue. Oh, Rainier, trail dust where the old paths run. I was wandering the trails with your shadow in tow. Oh, Rainier, trail dust, and I still don't know. So I'll go back again when the morning is pale, with the rain in the needles and the bend in the trail. Oh, Rainier, trail dust.
Today didn't go exactly as planned, but maybe that's the point. Sometimes you just have to make time, head somewhere you've never been, and see what happens.